Konnichiwa, and that's how we say hello in Japanese. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. So, in our last video, we explored till page number 4 of NCERT Science Class 8 Chapter 1 textbook. I have given the link in the description box below so that you can refer to it quickly and have a quick revision. Okay, so today we'll see until page number 8. So before starting, please get yourself the textbook and a highlighter so that you can highlight the important points as I did. So also I would like to mention that if you don't have a textbook, it's not a problem at all, because I'm going to share my textbook with you. So keep a keen ear to whatever I say. So let's get started now. So first we'll discuss about the seed drill today. I'll be telling you the meaning of each and everything so that we save time and gain more. Okay, so seed drill. A seed drill, I would tell you that a seed drill is a tool, is a simple tool which shows the seeds uniformly at proper distances and depths. Okay, it also ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. Now, sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor, so it is a simple machine. In other words, it's an agricultural machine. So what is the motto of using a seed drill? Why do we use it? Because an appropriate distance between the seeds is important to avoid overcrowding of plants. This allows plants to get sufficient sunlight, nutrients and water from the soil. Okay? Next thing is that adding manure and fertilizer. Now what is a manure and fertilizer? The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called nothing but manure and fertilizers. Now soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop. These nutrients are very important, right? Continuous growing of crops makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. Therefore, farmers have to add manure to the fields to replenish the soil with nutrients. This process is called manuring. Insufficient manuring results in weak plants. Now, manure is an organic substance, whereas fertilizer is a chemical substance. Okay, so fertilizers are chemical substances which are rich in a particular nutrient. Fertilizers are produced in factories. Some examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, etc. And excessive use of fertilizers have made the soil less fertile. Okay, so fertilizers have also become a source of water pollution. Therefore, in order to maintain the fertility of the soil, we have to substitute fertilizers by organic manure or do fallowing, which means to leave the field uncultivated between two crops. Now, the use of manure is very advantageous. Okay, I'm going to share the advantages in a few minutes. Now, another method of replenishing the soil with nutrients is through crop rotation. This can be done by growing different crops alternately. Now, differences between fertilizer and manure. This is a very important question, so make a note of it. Now, let's find the differences. First point is fertilizer is an inorganic salt, whereas manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste, and plant residues. A fertilizer is prepared in factories, whereas a manure can be prepared in the field. A fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil, whereas manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. Fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, whereas manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. Now we have come to the advantages of manure. Let's have a quick read, okay? So the advantages are that the organic matter or the manure is considered better because it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. It makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases become easy. It increases the number of friendly microbes. It also improves the texture of the soil. Now we come to irrigation. All living beings need water to live. Water is important for proper growth and development of flowers, fruits and seeds of plant. Now, it is also to be noted that plants contain nearly 90% of water, right? So, water also protects the crop from both frost and hot air currents. So, basically, the supply of water to crops at different intervals is called irrigation. The time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop, soil to soil, and season to season. Now, sources of irrigation. The sources of irrigation are wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, and canals. Now, before knowing about irrigation, any more about irrigation, we should know about the methods of irrigation. So, the water available in wells, lakes, and canals is lifted up by different methods in different regions. So, taking it to the fields. The various traditional ways are moat. Okay, you can see it here. Chain pump 1.4b and day clean 1.4c and rahat in 1.4d. Now, pumps are commonly used for lifting water. Diesel, biogas, electricity, and solar energy is used to run these pumps. Now, we have come to the end of page number 8, which is also the end of our video. So, that's it for this video. Hope you have understood the topic well. In case of any doubts, feel free to ask them in the comment box below. I'll try my level best to answer them. So, bye. See you in the next video.